I went much deeper on a much harder material. And just how deep did this actually go? I'll grab a dial calipers here, and this is how deep the engraving went. That's actually deeper than the thickness of the material from the first project. So that is just how much of a difference there is between a 300 watt spindle and a 500 watt spindle. Hi everyone, welcome to the Laser Channel where we learn, create, and share. My name is Greg. In today's video, I have the Artisan 01 CNC router by Wizmaker. I'm going to be upgrading the stock 300 watt spindle motor up to this huge 500 watt spindle kit. We're going to be checking out the kit and running some sample projects on both the 300 and 500 watt spindle. Prior to making this video, I was trying to think of a creative way to compare the stock 300 watt spindle to this upgraded 500 watt spindle. And the first thing that really comes to my mind is do a direct speed comparison between the two. And I think actually that's going to be really boring. This is going to be about half the time to create a project because it's going to be 66% more power. And if that's all I was going to do, I've just stated how much more of a benefit upgrading the spindle would be, and the video would be done right now. But instead, I'm going to take it further and go into things that maybe we haven't thought about that a 500 watt spindle is going to provide for us. Now, before I go into how I'm going to compare these two, let's back up a step and take a look at everything that is included with the 500 watt spindle kit. Checking out the size of the box, we're going to see that this kit is more than simply a larger spindle motor. Let's check out everything that's included. Right away on top, I'm greeted by the user manual and then all of this nice black foam to keep all of the components safe during shipping. All of the components have their own compartment, with many of them having their own cover for further protection. Let's check out all the components by doing a little round robin. Starting up in this corner with the spindle bracket. After that, we've got some cables and some tools and screws for installing the spindle bracket. Next, I've got the 500 watt spindle motor. This thing is an absolute behemoth. It is going to be the same diameter as the stock 300 watt spindle, only this one gets taller by about 25 millimeters, and it still retains the same ER11 collet system. And lastly, this big orange box, this is going to be the speed controller for the spindle. I have a nice speed dial on the front that is nice and silky smooth. On the back, I've got the power switch, power in, and the power cable going up to the Artisan 01. And lastly, on this side, I have a red reset button. Installation of the kit is all complete, and honestly, it took a lot longer than I was expecting. That's primarily for two reasons. The first one being the motor power wire from the orange box plugs directly into the motor. I was hoping to utilize the stock wiring harness on the machine from the 300 watt spindle, so instead I had to route the power wire behind the machine and just simply zip tie it onto the energy chain behind the machine. The second reason is I had to hunt down a longer power cord for the orange box. It does include a power cord, but the included power cord is really short and it was never going to reach the power strip that I have on the floor behind my workbench. It would be nice if they had a standard 6 foot or about a 2 meter long power cord included with the kit. Once I had those two items taken care of, the rest of the installation was a breeze. Whoa, it looks like I've already jumped into project number 2, and that's because I recorded a whole bunch of scenes but forgot to turn my microphone on after lunch. So now that the machine is done running, the first part on project number 2, I'm going to go back and let's talk about how I'm testing the stock spindle versus the upgrade. In prepping for this video, I wanted to kind of show what it means to add more power to the spindle beyond making it cut faster or deeper. And one of the things that we can do when we step up to a 500 watt spindle motor is, instead of being limited to 1/8 inch router bits, we're now on the threshold. We can start using some 1/4" router bits. And because we're opening up that, there's a whole bunch of 1/4" router bits available that aren't available in the 1/8" size. And that is really one of the major benefits. The start of the comparison is project number 1 with the stock motor. We're gonna see some video clips of that. And I chose to do that all in one pass because this is so shallow of a material and I like to go back and forth. That's how I like to do my relief cuts. We're going to see some video clips with some audio, and when the router is traveling in the middle, certainly I could be a little bit more aggressive. However, when it gets to the ends, we're going to hear that the motor bogs down. And that's that bogging down that is one of the limiting factors with a smaller motor size. If I load the motor down too much or too many times, it just causes excessive wear and extra heat on the motor, reducing the lifespan. So project number 1 turned out really nice, 1/2" MDF board. For project number 2, we're going to keep the same size. However, we're going to change the material over to this hard red oak, and we're also going to move away from that 1/2" thickness and bump it up to nearly 1" thick. This is going to be 25 millimeters thick. I'm going to be doing a roughing pass with an 1/8" router bit. That's what we see on the table already. That's already complete. The big thing though is we're going to be switching over to a 1/4" router bit for the finishing pass. The bit looks like this. It's going to be 5.4 degrees with a 1/16 inch radius tip. In order to use the 1/4" router bit with the new spindle motor, I went out and got an ER11 nut and a 1/4" collet. A little while later, and this is all complete. Let's take a look. And here's our first look. Two projects with great results. The stock 300-watt spindle motor gave us a nice shallow 3D relief on this MDF. That's a 1/2" thick. I also did a V carving on the back side. We'll check that out real quick. That looks pretty cool. I went much deeper on a much harder material, and just how deep did this actually go? I'll grab a dial calipers here, and this is how deep the engraving went. That's actually deeper than the thickness of the material from the first project. So that is just how much of a difference there is between a 300-watt spindle and a 500-watt spindle. Let's talk about speed and capabilities. On the first project, I ran some pretty aggressive speeds with the stock motor system. This first project took 4 hours, 37 minutes to complete. This project that had 2 steps, a roughing step to clear out a lot of the material, and then a final finishing with this nice V-tip. The roughing took just under 1 hour to complete, and if I grab my notes, we'll see that the finish cut took 1 hour, 46 minutes. So total, this project only took 2 hours, 46 minutes. I think the results are pretty neat, and that's because both projects with either spindle actually turned out really great. Even though the stock spindle on the Artisan 01 took much, much longer, it still did a phenomenal job on its test project. There's 2 upgrades that I would recommend for the CNC router machine. The first one, obviously the subject of this video, would be the spindle upgrade kit. Not only can it go faster, cut deeper, it also opens up the opportunity to install a 1/4" collet system. And as we saw on the second project, there's a lot of different router bits available in 1/4" that simply aren't available for the 1/8" collet systems. The second upgrade would be the dust collection system that attaches directly onto the spindle motor, whether it's the upgraded spindle or the stock spindle. It's going to suck up the dust and all of the wood chips as the project's being made. I don't know if you can see it, but on my linear rails and the threaded lead screws, I've got dust particles on there. After this video, I'm gonna have to spend some more time cleaning all of that up and re-lubricating. If I had that dust collection system on here, I would already be off onto my next adventure. Thanks for joining me in this video. I put a lot of thought on how to compare and contrast the two spindle motors. I hope that you get some value out of it. I hope that it was entertaining. And if you like this video, don't forget to show it some love by giving it a like or subscribing to this channel. Not only is it a great way to help this channel grow, it's an awesome way to connect video content like this with other great viewers just like you. And until we meet again in the next video, I'm Greg from the Laser Channel, where we learn, create, and share.